If this is your first time opening Genesis, chapter 10, you will very likely have an immediate reaction. This chapter seems hard to listen to. No story, no dialogue, no conflict, only a long list of names, so many that you start to wonder, what does this have to do with me? But if you are willing to listen patiently and keep going, you will slowly discover one thing. This chapter is not about who gave birth to whom, but about how the world became what it is today. It is not a genealogy written for ancient people. It is telling you why human history did not begin as a harmonious story. Everything begins with one short phrase, after the flood. The phrase is brief, but it carries weight, because it is not marking time, it is marking a condition. This is not an innocent new world. This is a world that has passed through total judgment and yet still has survivors. Then you begin to notice something strange. This list does not start with the branch you might expect, not with the line that will later carry faith, law, and the promise of redemption, but with the most distant, most marginal, the least likely group to be the main characters. Islands, distant lands, peoples of different languages, no stories, no evaluations, only distribution. This is telling you something. From the very beginning, humanity was spreading outward, not because it was too peaceful, but because it could not remain together. And the list keeps going. The names begin to sound less like people and more like a map. You start to lose track. Is this about individuals? Civilizations? Power? Then suddenly, the list stops. Not because the information runs out, but because a person appears. Nimrod. In a chapter with almost no adjectives, this man is suddenly called a hero, a mighty one, a hunter. He builds cities, he expands, he establishes a kingdom. It sounds impressive, doesn't it? But the text does not say that he feared God. It does not say his kingdom was a blessing. It simply says, almost flatly, that this is the kind of man he was before the Lord. That wording is unsettling, because it forces you to realize something. Very early on, humanity learned how to use power to create order, but did not learn how to stand rightly before God. Then you notice something even more disturbing. You think this is all about a distant past, yet suddenly the list includes names you will hear again and again later in Scripture. Names that come to represent conflict, war, and opposition. Which means this. Conflict was not something that arose later. It was written into the distribution of the world from the start. As you keep reading, you encounter a long description of the territory of one people. East to here, west to there, south to this boundary, north to that border. This does not read like a genealogy. It reads like a map drawn before a war. Because the moment people begin to draw boundaries, they are already assuming one thing. Not everyone will live together. Then the pace of the narrative suddenly slows. There are fewer names. The rhythm becomes deliberate. The writer seems to be carefully preserving one line, not the fastest expanding one, not the most powerful, but a family line that is quietly remembered. On this line, one name is marked in a special way. Not because he accomplished something great, but because in his days, something happened that changed the structure of the world. People began to live separately. This is not just relocation. It is the reality that humanity could no longer live with one heart, language, land, power, direction. Everything began to divide, and Scripture does not rush to explain it. It simply shows you the result first. Finally, the chapter ends with a single sentence. No praise, no blessing, no comfort. It simply says, after the flood, humanity was divided into nations on the earth. This is not a declaration of human progress. It is a sober description. Its meaning is this: even after judgment, even after being given a chance to begin again, human beings will still shape the world into a divided place. If you ask what this chapter is saying, it is not offering ancient ethnic history. It is speaking to you. It is saying, the division of the world is not an accident. Power is not neutral. And what humanity is best at has never been unity, but creating distance between one another. And true hope does not begin in this chapter. But precisely because this chapter is written this way, the hope that follows becomes necessary.